Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Jack here, and today I've got another awesome Wi-Fi battle. Now this is a recent, kind of recent one between me and my friend Base God, who's a follower on my stream. And so he decides to go for a bit of an OP team. I decided to go for more of a underused team, not counting the Ferrothorn and the Conkeldurr. It's a really interesting battle. Overall, I think it was really awesome. So let's get started. So I really enjoy these. I'm going to be uploading a lot of the recent ones and kind of the older ones that I like. So he starts off with his Tyranitar, which also happens to have a Mega Stone. I start with my Ferrothorn, so I can get off some entry hazards. Of course, he has a Sandstream, but I don't worry too much about that because that's not really a big deal. It doesn't hurt that much. And he goes for Mega Tyranitar, so I expect him to go for some sort of OP Earthquake or Stone Edge. But surprisingly, he just goes for Stealth Rock, and I've never actually seen a Tyranitar that's done a setup like that. So of course I use my Stealth Rock, and that's all Ferrothorn is really good for at this point. He has Gyro Ball, Thunder Wave, and Toxic, and Stealth Rock, so he doesn't really have much to him. So I just send out a Toxic just to screw around with the Tyranitar, because I really hate Megas. I absolutely hate Megas. I'm so tired of them. So, he goes for the Stone Edge, of course, and then he just says, enough's enough, and he switches out, because I guess he wants to save that for later. And he sends out Metagross. And I really don't need Ferrothorn at this point, so I just decide to toy with him a little bit and see what damage Ferrothorn could get off before he becomes useless or fainted. So I just send out a Gyro Ball. And it doesn't really do anything to Metagross at this point, but, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. So he goes for Hammer Arm, takes that Ferrothorn to one shot, unfortunately. But his speed is down, so that's good. And because of the Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet combo, yeah, I take him down to a little over half health. Yeah, I guess that's right. So I send out Miss Mangus at this point, and she's going to be able to one-shot him real easily. Of course, the stones, and then he goes for Bullet Punch, unfortunately. But I'll be able to make a bit of a comeback, so I don't mind. I go for Shadow Ball, and I expected to do one hit at this point, but he survives with like 20 HP, and that really irks me at this point. So Miss Magus is absolutely useless at this point, so I'm just going to let her die. Unfortunately, he goes for another Bullet Punch. I could have gone for a Destiny Knot at this point, but he outspeeds me because of the Bullet Punch priority. So she's down, unfortunately. So I say, enough's enough, I bring out my powerhouse Magmortar. He looks absolutely awesome, shiny. So it doesn't really matter what I use at this point. He's going to go for Bullet Punch, but it's going to do absolutely garbage to me. It's like, not going to do anything because this thing's a wall. And so, surprisingly, I get the burn off on him, which is awesome. And I just go for Focus Blast, just really any basic move to get rid of Metagross, because he can be a real threat with that Bullet Punch combo. So, at this point, he's going to send out Azumarill, and I'm really scared of Azumarill. I could have outsped and just gone through the Thunderbolt, but I don't want to risk it, because I know any of my other Pokemon could easily take his hits and then, you know, go for the kill. So I bring out Broken Clock Klinklang, and he's going to be able to survive against this Azumarill. I could have taken him out with a Wild Charge, but he decides to switch out. He goes for that Aqua Jet, which I know I can take because Broken Clock is easily absorbable because of his defense. So he switches out Azumarill, and he goes back out to Tyranitar. And I'm going to go for a really nice combo right now. I've always wanted to do this with Klinklang, because Klinklang is such an underused Pokemon, but he has such a good moveset. So I can go for the Substitute. Of course, I'm going to lose a little over half health. No big deal. He's going to go... what is he going to go for? I actually haven't seen this before. So I gotta go for the Shift Gear so I get my attack and speed up, so I'm gonna be able to one-hit this Tyranitar real quickly. He goes for the Earthquake, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he goes for the Earthquake, he takes out my Substitute, but it doesn't matter at this point because I have speed priority over him. So that's, yeah, my Substitute's gonna be faded. And he's gonna get the Toxic off, so that's gonna help out a little bit more, but overall, I'm just gonna one-shot him with Gear Grind because that hits twice. I actually forgot that Gear Grind was going to hit twice at this point, so I was really nervous that I wasn't going to be able to take him out, but thankfully it does hit twice, so I think it did like 120 damage or something, so that's awesome. Broken Clock is pretty much going to be useless at this point. I really just don't need it. He has Infernape. I thought I was going to be able to kind of outspeed it, but unfortunately I'm not. But I really don't matter. It really doesn't matter at this point because Broken Clock did what he had to do. So thanks, Broken Clock. You were awesome. And so he's going to get buffeted by Sandstorm. I think it's going to fade at this point, so it doesn't even really matter. So I'm going to send out the ultimate competitive Pokemon, Competitive Garbodor. Get trashed. He is such a powerhouse and a wall. So he's going to go for close combat and it's going to do nothing, absolutely nothing to get trashed. But his defense and special defense is down, which is awesome because I'm going to go for an OP Gunk Shot at the moment. And it's just going to absolutely one-shot the Infernape. I really love using like underused Pokemon because Garbodor has such a good moveset, but he's just never used, so I'm so glad about that. So he's going to send out a Azumarill, and I'm going to be able to one-shot this again because it's weak to poison. So I'm just going to go for the Gunk Shot, and that Azumarill is going to be absolutely gone, thankfully, because that is such a powerhouse in competitive. So I'm going to get the Black Sludge, so Garbodor is pretty much back to full health. Absolutely nothing is done. So he sends a Greninja, and I expected this point for him to do some sort of Earthquake. But surprisingly, he goes for the Scold, and it does do a lot of damage, and I'm surprised it didn't actually die to this. But of course, Garbodor can take that. I missed the Gunk Shot. I'm so angry about that. I could have one-shotted him. So I expect him either to switch out or something, or do another Skull because he can outspeed me. But surprisingly, he goes for the U-turn. He could have absolutely taken me out at this point. But I survived with 28 HP, thankfully. My powerhouse is still going to be alive and kicking. So he sends out Blissey, and I absolutely hate this Pokemon because I know he's just going to try to stall me out with Soft Boil. So I just go for Facade because I have really nothing else to use. And I want to save my Gunk Shot for him to when he has a bit of lower health. But he brings back Blissey, and he sends out Greninja again, and I really don't understand why. If I'm not mistaken at this point, I'm just going to go for a Gunk Shot. Thankfully it hits this time, and Greninja's going to be absolutely gone. Man, I love this Garbodor. So my Black Sludge kicks in, I'm going to give him more HP, so I can go against the stupid Blissey. Of course he, is going to get hit by the stones. And I'm going to go for the Gunk Shot again, but it misses again. I could have taken out this Blissey so easily, but I just wanted to use the Gunk Shot. So he's going to use Soft Boil again. He's just going to try to troll me a bit and, have me stall out. So at this point, I just want Gunk Shot to, Garbodor to get a bit more HP. So I'm just using whatever moves I can besides Gunk Shot to just kind of take out this Blissey a bit. And he's going to raise his evasiveness to the max by using, like, triple double teams, which is absolutely annoying, especially because Gunk Shot only has like a 90% chance of hitting. So I missed the Body Slam, and he goes for another double team. And at this point, it's just going to be so annoying. I could have taken them out easily, but I just wanted to kill him with Gunk Shot just to embarrass him a bit. So Get Trashed is a little bit under half, and I'm just going to go for the takedown. It doesn't really do anything, and he does get the flinch off though, thankfully. And, of course, I'm above half health now. And he goes for the Quick Claw, which I'm actually surprised for a Soft Boil. I don't know why. So he's going to get max health again, and he's just going to keep doing this really stupid trolley combo. So I really don't have anything used at this point in Garbodor, but I just wanted him to be used and not be wasted. So I just say enough's enough. I'm tired of this. I'm going to bring out my Conkeldurp. Who's another powerhouse that I have. I'm just going to say, screw it, I'm going to one-hit this Blissey right now. And that's going to be game. He's going to go for another double team, but I'm going to be able to get a Mach Punch off on him. So that's going to be it. Thankfully, it has a priority. And that's it for game. Yeah. So, awesome battle against Base God. I love doing battles with my viewers on Twitch. You guys can get involved with that if you want. And so that's it, guys. It was a pretty good battle. I could have used a better team, but I really just wanted to experiment with this. And I'm happy I beat a lot of his more Uber-ish Pokemon, even though he did make mistakes with Greninja and Azumarill and things like that. Overall, though, great battle, and I will see you guys in the next battle. Peace. Bye.